everyone. I'm Nicole Boone. Welcome to What's Up, Bob? It's been a while since my former co-anchor and I, Bob Juback, have gotten together to talk about what's been happening with Bob and his life, and just in general, some good information to share with my viewers and followers. Bob, it's good to see you. Cheers to you, my friend.
Yeah, cheers to you too. How you doing?
Good. You got a cool mug there. You'll have to tell me about that in a minute. But hey, it's been a long time since we chatted. Today is Wednesday, May the 4th, and it's my husband's birthday, Watts Huckabee. So happy 56th birthday to my husband. And
it's Dawn Staley's birthday too today. And she's 52. I had that written down here, but I might as well give you that news first.
Give me that. Have you heard news first yet? Dawn Staley, USC Lady Gamecock coach, winning the national championship this year.
Yeah, that's the second one that she's won.
She's amazing. I
Very
say
good
she should
coach.
be coaching all of them.
They can't do any worse than the men's team can't do any worse than it's been doing, can it?
Right. So I always have great admiration for her ability to coach. So happy birthday to Dawn Staley too. So you've been doing some traveling since we last chatted.
Yeah, I went to
Bob. Where you been on the road?
Well, I've been to, let's see, Marion, Mullins. Oh, you mean like out of the area?
Yeah, like a little bit
Florence,
further away than that.
No, I went to New York about in the beginning of March. My wife Renee and I went up there because my daughter was doing something with her theater group, and so went up there in March, and oh my gosh, I mean, I was dressed. I knew it was going to be cold, but it was colder than
cold.
Yeah, colder than cold. But it was a lot of fun. Went to some shows. Went to some pretty cool old restaurants, and
good.
Went to Ground Zero, rode the subway, went to Chinatown, did all the tourist things too, Central Park. And so it was a lot of fun. And then, last week, a week ago tomorrow, I went out to Texas. And,
okay. And that's on your mug. Show your mug. You got the coffee mug.
This is from a little hole in the wall restaurant in Comfort, Texas. It's in the Hill Country.
Comfort, Texas. And that would be near San Antonio where you went?
It's about like maybe an hour above San Antonio. It's like in the Hill Country of Texas. And I've always heard of the Hill Country, but it's aptly named because there are quite a few hills there.
Okay.
But it's really pretty. And I've never been in that part of the area, the country. Been to Houston and Dallas, but not to San Antonio. And they got the Riverwalk downtown. And
so what was the best part of San Antonio? Because I've been to Dallas and Austin, but not San Antonio.
I haven't been to Austin, so I wouldn't mind checking that out sometime. But
nice.
it was just seeing old friends, because I went out there because a friend of mine from college. So really, oh my gosh, like I've known the guy for 45 years, but his daughter got married, and I don't really know the daughter very well, but I know him well. So he said, come on out, we'll have some fun. So we went out there and went to Fredericksburg, Texas. That's where the wedding was. And it's kind of like it's gotten kind of commercialized, and they got wineries all over the place and breweries and restaurants and blah, 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 blah. But there's a lot of little towns right around there too that I really kind of like. So this particular mug came from one of those little towns.
So would you give it a recommendation to visit San Antonio?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. I'll try to put that on my bucket list, because I would definitely recommend going to Austin. I really like Austin. And hey, this is a local tie-in. I hope I say this right. Buc-ee's.
Yes.
It's not open yet in Florence County, is it? It's getting close, right?
Very close. I think next week, I believe, maybe. Or I don't want to say that because I could be wrong, but it's coming up.
So the first time I went in a Buc-ee's was in Texas, and I was like, whoa, this is the most awesome convenience store I've ever been into. And now they're getting one in Florence County, and it's a really big deal.
It's huge. You know what? They got 200 gas pumps.
It's huge. Yes.
I go to one of these places here, and there's like 8 gas pumps. And I go, wow, that's a big difference than when I was a kid. 200 gas pumps at one place.
That doesn't even, I can't even wrap my head around that. But I remember when we went into the Buc-ee's as we were going to the Clemson, Texas game at a College Station. And I was like, I've never seen something like this, but everything is bigger and better in Texas. So
I never saw such a thing. But yeah, south of the border. But those Buc-ee's, if I even put south of the border to shame.
I know everybody.
They got full restaurants in there and 200 gas pumps. You could spend the whole day there. But I saw signs for it out there, but I didn't actually go to it. But believe me, if we passed one, I'd have pulled that rental car in there because I want to take a look at it. But we're getting one anyway.
Yes, I'm actually in my travels, you know, when I go back and forth from Rock Hill, where I live now, to do my monthly appearances, special anchor guest appearances. Next time I'm going to make sure I drop into the Buc-ee's, because there's my dentist here in Rock Hill is actually from Florence, and some of his folks there we've been talking about Buc-ee's, and I'm going to stop and I'm going to get him some goodies, but I want to check it out. But hey,
it's right there at the
I know,
not the exit 170 right up from TB Road, the back way, right there where Pocket Road comes into
I know
327. Yeah,
I see it when I'm traveling to the beach, and I'm like, this is gonna be huge. But hey, speaking of my monthly special appearance, Friday, I'm coming back for our race coverage at Darlington Raceway on Friday. So the plan right now is I'll be live at noon, 5:36. I'll be talking with Carrie Tharp, president of the Raceway, great guy. Maybe talking with Chip Weil, you know, former Darlington Raceway president. Now he's big operations guy over NASCAR down in Daytona, and some other, you know, special guests. But I'm excited to be back. And in some of our information that we received, Richard Petty will be the honorary starter for the Goodyear 400 at the race on Sunday. So, you know, everything will be back in full swing. So that's good for the fans, even though you and I've said all along, we don't really keep up with the drivers as much as we used to, but I still love Darlington Raceway. I love the people there. They're so kind. And I get a little sentimental, the tradition, the history. So I am looking forward to that on Friday.
Yeah, I think Darlington Raceway is part of the what. And I was never a race fan until I got into TV sports. But then once I got into TV sports, you're covering it all the time, so you kind of get into it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that aspect of it. And Darlington is like really one of the last remaining things that are the same from 35, 40 years ago. The old track and the drivers, and racing has certainly changed. And in my opinion, it's not quite as exciting as it used to be. It's not a Southern thing anymore. Earnhardt passed away, so it lost a lot of its luster. But I think Darlington is one of the last things that hasn't changed all that much. It's changed, but maybe not quite that much. And so it is something to look forward to. I agree.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that on Friday. That will be where I will report live from on Friday. So I look.
And Richard Petty was always a great fella too to interview. But look at it, these guys are getting up there now. I mean, Richard Petty's probably in his 80s. Cale just turned like 82, 83, something like that. The Bobby Allison.
Hey, I watched a documentary on Tim Richmond a while back. Very interesting.
Yeah, I still remember doing a special there at BTW in the studios at on TV Road. We had Darrell Waltrip in there. We had Tim Richmond in there, and there was someone else in there too. And me and Cecil were doing it.
Yeah,
and that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. That was definitely old school, and that was when, in my opinion, the drivers were so much more accessible. You know, they didn't have special events where you had to go see one. I mean, they would come to the TV station, they would talk to you and treat you like you were a normal person, and it was the same back. You know, I mean, but
Buddy Baker was there that night too.
Yeah,
and they were having a good time.
Well, life is meant to be fun and all of that. So, but anyway, that'll be fun on Friday. We'll be at Darlington Raceway. I'll have my live coverage along with other news folks at News 13. So, yeah. What else you have going on, Bob, that you want to share?
Well, just got back on from that trip that I was talking about, and everything seems to be going good at the TV station. I've been married 6 months now, so that's going fantastic. My daughter's graduating from Coastal this coming weekend.
Wow, that is hard to believe. So Kenley Bell graduates and my daughter will be a senior next year. Can you just remember when our babies were born? And
Yeah.
honestly, all of our viewers and followers, they've been watching all along too. We told the story was before we started the actual interview about when I had Livy, and it was during the Children's Miracle Network telethon weekend when we used to do those at McLeod Hospital. But I had her 3 hours later. I'd taken a shower, spruced up, and you were in interviewing me. Things have changed through the years.
Yeah.
Change is inevitable.
No mask or anything. No,
right. We just all in. But well, I'm very proud of Kenley Bell and all of her accomplishments. I know you are too.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
So have you heard for us today? Other than we talked about Dawn Staley, her birthday is today, Lady Gamecock coach, nationally winning coach. So, and my husband's birthday, Watts Huckabee, today, 56. So,
all right. Also, today is International Firefighters Day.
Oh, that's a great one. I feel like I should do this when you put your glasses on. I feel like I should join you.
Yeah. I could probably read this if it was 20 feet away, but I can't read it when it's 20 inches.
It back here.
I'll be like this. You know, I always thought it'd be a good idea at these restaurants when they give you the menu, which, you know, all restaurants have a menu. And I'm doing that. I always thought it'd be good to go to the Dollar Tree, get about 50 of these dollar spectacles and put them at each table.
Bob, that's a great idea.
It is a great idea because I see I'm not alone. I see other people doing the same thing. And no one ever thinks about bringing their readers into it. All right. So today's International Firefighters Day. Tomorrow is the National Day of Prayer. So I think we could all use that.
Amen. 100%.
And also tomorrow, if Tammy Wynette were alive, she'd be 80.
Really?
Yep. She passed away when she was only 55. Gosh,
I'm 55. That's so young.
It is young. Yeah. I've already passed it. You might not believe that, but I have. And
still young.
That's right. Then Friday is Military Spouses Appreciation Day. So that's something that we can celebrate. Yeah. It's also National Nurses Day, so that we can appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And then Bob Seger, who I ran into in a Shoney's restaurant in Greenville, South Carolina about 30 years ago.
No way.
Yeah.
It was you ran into Bob Seger at a restaurant in Greenville, South Carolina.
Right. Yeah, like in about 2:30 in the morning. Me and my buddies, some of my friends were with me.
I guess he just finished up a concert.
Yeah, he just finished at the old Greenville Municipal Auditorium.
Is that like Bonsecourt? What is it?
It's in the same general area. Yeah, they put that brand new one up there, and they tore the old one down. But
okay.
And then, of course, Sunday is Mother's Day.
Whoop whoop! I'll take that one. We love our moms.
That's right.
Your mom's in heaven. My mother is still around, and I'm thankful for that. So hopefully, I'll get to see her on Mother's Day. So shout out to all of our mothers.
And also one other thing I jotted down here to talk about if we had time, and I guess we do. Yeah, Bernie Moore used to work at the TV station. He turned 97 last week.
I saw that, Bob, and I shared your post on Facebook so that I could make sure that folks saw that Bernie was 97. Unbelievable. And as you like to say, he did what?
He turned the TV station on back in 1954. He was the chief engineer. 1954. And I mean, so what's that? My gosh, that's 68 years ago. So he was like 29 years old then. And he always, he'd fix all the equipment and he'd do this and do that and keep the TV station on the air for like half a century. Yes. And then when we went from analog to digital, he was there to throw the switch for digital, like in the early 2000s. He's an unbelievable fella. And I hate to say this, but I have not spoken to him since he turned 97, but I talked to Cecil Chandler, who did speak to him. He said, Bernie's doing great.
That's wonderful. And I know that Cecil Chandler, our good friend, is doing well also, right? I haven't
Yeah,
talked to him in a while, but
yeah, he's still the same old Cecil.
he's still spinning records in his mind, but really it's done all differently now through.
He is doing he's doing some radio stuff now
Yes.
again.
You know, we just can't give it up. You know, that's why I keep having these conversations with you, Bob, and my conversations with Nicole, because we have all the gift of gab and we like to just stay busy and involved. So
Yeah, it's been a fun ride.
it has. Well, listen, I guess we'll wrap things up for today. I want to thank you for joining me for another edition of What's Up, Bob. We'll have to do it again soon. So cheers, my friend. I
Cheers to you
miss
too.
It doesn't seem like I've been gone for a year and a half. Time flies when you're having fun, but as always, you're the best of the best, Bob.
And same to you, Nicole.
All right. Well, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of What's Up, Bob. Until we see you again, we hope you have a great day.